touchdown. She hit the line on the far side, and the Rebels win.
Stop playing! Stop playing! He connects! Rebels with their first lead of the night.
And the Andover Huskies are your section champions.
There it is, a look at the brand new Rebels field. And tonight, Champlin Park hosting Wayzata non-conference baseball action. Steve Thomas along with Joe Rulin. Cloudy, cool evening tonight, but no threat of rain. Joe, we're going to get a ball game in.
We are. Champlin Park comes in with a mark of 6-12. Meanwhile, Wayzata, a big win last night, a one-run win over Blaine, 3-2, and their record is at 7-11. So it's going to be a game where, hey, after tonight, Wayzata, at least in their section, they're going to do their seeding and they're going to start section play on Friday. Meanwhile, for Section 7, it will begin probably Monday, it sounds like, in terms of after the team meetings and the section seedings for the coaches, which it sounds like will probably take place on Thursday.
And we have Andrew Rocco on the mound, the junior left-hander for Champlin Park. Zach DeHulk will be behind the plate and leading it off for Wayzata in the ball game. Jake Birkland, the shortstop, and he looks at strike one.
Birkland comes in with a .267 average, playing shortstop, and also a couple of RBIs, 5 walks, and 4 strikeouts.
There's a swing and a miss. 0-2 to Birkland. Drew Birkland next, and Brady Lash, the top 3 for Wayzata in the order. Tyler Trombley at third, Joe Thoroldson at short, Justin Brooks at second, Michael Prosch at first base. And there is ball 1-2 the count to the leadoff hitter, Birkland, playing at shortstop for the Trojans. Bit of a disappointing year for both of these programs. Typically, winning records for both of these teams over the years. There's one high and foul down the right field line out of play.
Birkland had to reach for that, kind of had that butt on the bar stool that time, and so he had to reach for that off speed. And just got the end of the bat on it. You're right. Coming in for Wayzata, they come in as a team batting average, which is probably one of the all-time lows, .211. Not common at all for a Wayzata squad.
Here's one he hit high in the air, left side of the infield. Trombley has it measured, puts it away, 1 out.
Nice job of pitching that time by Andrew Rocco. Mixed it up a bit. You could see that off-speed pitch, and the hitter got his hands below the ball, popped it up. And that brings up the second hitter here for Wayzata.
Drew Birkland playing at second base. Christian Barkridges in the outfield. Jack Harris in center. Toby Bovers in right. There's one hit right back off the roof support.
You just saw the batting order also. Jake Birkland along with Drew, his brother Birkland, followed by Brady Lash, Zach Anderson, Zach Brown, Jonathan Prebula, followed by Joey O'Brien, Alex Wayne, and Viet Wynn to round out the starting hitting order anyway this way for Wayzata. Meanwhile, Drew Birkland comes in with 7 RBIs, 8 runs, and an average of .288 thus far.
Here's one hit high in the air to deep left field, carrying back to the fence, just off the base of the fence. Extra bases for Birkland. He'll have a stand-up double. Well, that chased Bakridges all the way to the wall, and the wind probably held that up. That had a chance to get out of here.
Well, we just saw the hitter before, and Jake Birkland, he got his hands below the ball and popped it up. This time, Drew Birkland squared up on that ball pretty well, and you're absolutely right. That would have gone yard had not been for this strong crosswind moving from left field to right field.
1 away, 1 on. First pitch to the number 3 hitter, Brady Lash, playing down at first base. Lefty against lefty here. And you see that lineup again. Bob DeWitt, the head coach for the Wayzata Trojans. This one hit high and foul out of play. Now, Joe, did you take one of those parking spots close to the ballpark?
Yeah, my fault. I didn't know that I was supposed to horizontally park and then consume 3 spots instead of that one.
Yeah.
Is that mine being towed right now?
Yeah,
I wonder.
Park way away. Here's a line shot into left center field, and that's going to be down for a hit. Center fielder Harris over. runner around third, headed for home, and that's an RBI single for Brady Lash.
Right
and
on.
Wayzata has a 1-0 lead.
Hey, he leads this team in RBIs right on cue. Brady Lash is the top hitter at 320. It was lefty versus lefty on that exchange. And I'll tell you what, if Drew Berkland could have had the view that we had, the perfect view, you could see that ball was tailing away from center field. He had to wait before it dropped, before he could take off. But RBI and a single for Brady Lash.
Zach Anderson is the batter, playing down at third base. Another left-handed batter against the Rebels starter, Andrew Rocco. Rocco got a strike, or got an out, and then delivers one that's found to the screen there. 0-1 now the count to Anderson, the cleanup hitter for the Trojans.
Anderson struggling a bit at the plate, 5 for 36 on the season, hitting just 139.
Rocco's throw over to first, and diving back in is Brady Lash, who had that RBI single. 2 hits in a row with 1 out for the Trojans.
Steve, in this new press box, I absolutely love the view that we get here.
There's one upstairs, a swing and a miss. Now 0-2 to Anderson. They really did a great job. I remember when they started construction very early in the spring. The concrete pad has been here for a number of years, but a grandstand and beautiful seating area and press box. That one down low, 1-2 now the count to Anderson. But yeah, they just did a terrific job with this facility, and they continue to improve it every year. I remember when they put the lights in, and this one hit into center field. It might hang up, and it does for Harris. Loud out off the bat of Anderson. 2 away, runner at first. That'll bring up Zach Brown.
I'm such a baseball nerd. I like to watch those little things for pitchers in terms of, hey, for instance, where's Rocco have his foot on the rubber with left-handed hitters versus right-handed hitters? Where's the release? Where's his foot set up for the pickoff moves, and what are some of those tendencies? But anyway, great view, love it. And squared up on that one was Anderson for the line out to center. Zach Brown comes in hitting 237 for Wayzata.
Brown playing in right field. Rocco keeping an eye on the runner. That one's fouled out of play into the parking lot.
I like how Rocco's coming in on the hands of some of the right-handed hitters. Unfortunately for Drew Breckland with that double, he left that one on the outside part of the plate, and he was able to extend those arms.
There's a big swing and a miss. And now a chance for Rocco to get out of the inning. Once again, the double, the RBI single by Lash, and now 2 away. The 0-2 down low, 1-2. Boy, Brown took a long look at it, and the home plate umpire agreed it was low and away.
Let's see if Rocco brings that juice up the ladder this time.
1-2, swing and a miss. So Rocco gets out of it, but Wayzata in the top of the first, a run on 2 hits. That RBI single by Brady Lash, and we move to the bottom of the
hitting.
The pitcher, Rocco, will hit in the cleanup spot, as Joe mentioned. And there's that defense for the Trojans again. Koenig, the starter, Prabula behind the plate, Anderson at third, Birkland at short. And that is Jake Birkland at short, Drew Birkland at second, and Brady Lash at first. And then Wynn, Wayne, and Brown in the outfield for Wayzata, who has a 1-0 lead. And here come the Rebels trying to get that run back and maybe a little more. Jack Harris leading off. Harris playing in center field. Jack, one of the seniors honored before the game tonight. A lot of the moms threw first pitches and threw strikes. I was impressed.
Absolutely. So, yeah, they did. They are popping that mid powder coming from that mid down some. Some of the dads had to short hop it. That may have been intentionally to their own sons.
There you go.
But Koenig comes in tonight throwing 32 innings this far for Wayzata, a record of 1-3 and an ERA of 1.96.
1-1, foul tip. That may have caught the catcher, Prabula, and the umpire is going to
take the courtesy out to the mound.
Yeah, go out to the mound and let him shake that one off. But that foul tip caught him, and he's going to try and shake that one off. 1-2 the count at the moment. Leadoff batter Harris for the Rebels.
Got it. And the Rebels come in, mentioned with that mark of 6-12. They lost their last 4 in terms of being outscored this season. They've been outscored 88-77, now 89-77. Breaking pitch misses.
Yeah, low bridge there. 2-2 now the count against the leadoff man Harris. Coming inside was Nelson Koenig, the right-hander. Not a real big guy, but throws pretty hard. There's one upstairs. Now a full count to the leadoff man for the Rebels.
Just missed that off the inside part of the plate, and got ourselves a full count.
3-2 towards second. Drew Birkland grabs, throws to first in time. Harris retired 4-3, 1 away for the Rebels. That'll bring up Justin Brooks playing at second tonight.
Well, you know, for Wayzata, I know their head coach had talked a lot about some of their players, but he said Drew Birkland can play just about anywhere, and he'll be at second tonight. But last night he caught in their win versus Blaine. But it's nice to have a player like that that you can put in the outfield, anywhere in the infield, and catch.
Koenig's pitch, strike one at the knees against Brooks. And Brooks, a junior in the lineup. Junior and seniors dominating the lineup, as you might expect, here on senior night. There's strike two.
Nice breaking pitch off speed that time. That also inside part of the plate. Almost the ideal location, or same identical location as the fastball.
This one toward third, knocked down there by Anderson. Throw across in time, 2 up, 2 down for the Rebels.
Nice play at 3, a hard struck ball. I'm a believer, and you can see it too. You can identify the behaviors and just how strong of a fielder someone is when they can field the ball around their ankles, right? Anyone can field it up around their thighs. That one almost got under the garage door there of the Wayzata third baseman. Made a nice glove save and a solid throw to first.
Tyler Trombley digs in, number 3 hitter, playing at third base for Champlin Park. They're in their home whites. First pitch from Koenig, swing and a miss.
Brings some high juice that time, and he's led off each one of these hitters with a fastball here in the first inning.
1-1 the count, 2 away, nobody aboard for the Rebels. Bottom of the first, they trail 1-0. And Koenig's pitch hit high and foul, well out of play. And another addition they've made down the first base line, out of play toward the parking lot, is they created some low ground for drainage. And that's a huge part of it. If you do get a lot of rain, you've got a pond out over the left field fence, and you saw that on the aerial shot in the open, but you've got that other drainage area over there, and that is a big deal to create good drainage for the field. And they've certainly done this here at Rebels Field.
Koenig on the season has struck out 37 and walked just 13.
0-2 pitch on the way from Nelson Koenig, and then stepping out is Trombley. Nobody aboard here for the Rebels. Cool, breezy night. Only the threat of rain tomorrow. There's one upstairs, 1 and 2. And tomorrow looks like going to be a rainy day for lacrosse. We've got lacrosse again tomorrow night here on QCTV. We'll be just to the south at Rebels Stadium. That one upstairs, 2 and 2 now the count. Now we had someone visit the press box and they left the door open. And maybe we need to put a note on the door of the box. Close the door. And there's one missing. Now 3 and 2, full count to Trombley trying to get aboard for the Rebels here in the first.
He's been working this count well. It was down 0-2 at one point.
A 3-2 right back up the middle. Jake Birkeland grabs it, throws it in time. 3 up, 3 down for the Rebels in the first. We have played 1 here on this Tuesday night. And Wayzata leading at Champlin Park 1-0 here on QCTV.
Why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look,
Welcome to At the Half, the show where we take a closer look at some of our area high school sports. I'm your host, Mary Killikai. As the snow melts and the
What? And we move to inning number 2. Wayzata leading at 1-0 on 2 hits in the ball game. It'll be Jonathan Prabula, Joey O'Brien, and Alex Wayne. 6, 7, and 8 for Wayzata against Andrew Rocco, the Champlin Park starter. He struck out a batter to end the first after giving up a double and an RBI single. Here's Prabula, the catcher. Ball 1.
Prabula this season, 174 for an average, 8 for 46. But he does have 8 RBIs. And then on the downside, 13 strikeouts. That sounds like it hit Steve's car.
No, actually it had a good shot to come in the window. Did you bring your glove, Joe?
You know what?
That had a chance.
The flash right here, the leather, right there.
The 1-1. And that is down low, 2-1. To Prabula. O'Brien and then Wayne. If we get that far, the number 9 hitter, the left fielder Wynn will step in. Here's one hit high in the air to right field. Bovers toward the line, makes a catch.
Just about overran that, made the correction, flashing the leather out there and right, and a glove save.
Yeah, Bovers, and there is a breeze blowing in from left field toward the first baseline, and it's let up a little bit. And now the batter is going to be Joey O'Brien, the DH, wearing number 2, digs in. That one right up the chimney, could be in play. No, that's going to go over the back. Maybe dent the truck. And now this is my first ball game of the year. I've done a ton of lacrosse here on QCTV. Have you done any games this year, Joe, where they've dented the truck?
It's been dent-free, which I'm sure is a nice curse.
There's a swing and a miss. 0-2 now the count to
Like
O'Brien.
that pitch by Rocco that time. He came in and high on those hands. He couldn't do much with it, but kind of throw a survival swing after it. O'Brien hitting 241.
Goes 0-2, struck him out. Second strikeout of the game. 2 away, nobody aboard, and that'll bring up Alex Wayne.
He's got a little get up and go on that fastball. Tails some movement here, so it's good to see here for the Rebels. Wayne comes in hitting just 100 this season on a on-base percentage of .224 and 17 strikeouts.
Center fielder wearing number 8. Love that synergy. Swing and a miss there. 0-1. 8 wearing 8.
Who was your favorite center fielder that wore 8?
I can't think of any. How about you? There's one to hit off the hands toward first, and it's going to be grabbed by Prosh. Quick 3 up, 3 down. Good job by Rocco in the Wayzata half of inning number 2. We go to the second, and Wayzata leads it 1-0. Now
I was thinking Fred Lynn.
Fred Lynn wore 8?
Didn't Fred Lynn wear 8 for the Red Sox? At least
I'm not a big fan of the Red Sox, so he wouldn't make my list.
So, yeah, it is. And so, hey, bottom of the second, keeping it close. As you mentioned, 1 game left after tonight for the Rebels. Taking on Chanhassen. Hey, Chanhassen, a solid team. But the good news is Chanhassen has to travel up here. If that game is played, with all the rain they're predicting, there's a chance it will not.
Yeah, tomorrow looks wet. They will play lacrosse in the rain. But on those types of nights, I feel for the crew.
Yeah.
Because those cameras are out in the elements, and tonight it is cool, cloudy, but once again, no threat of rain. It looks like rain, but that better threat comes in tomorrow, and then Memorial Day weekend doesn't look too bad weather-wise if you have plans.
Yes, Movie, the daughter, back from college. We'll be doing that.
Lucky
Back
you.
at that, yes.
Yeah, lucky you. Way to go, Dad. Here we go, the pitcher, Andrew Rocco, and then Ryan Oberstar and Christian Backridges due up for the Rebels, 4, 5, and 6. Here in the bottom of the second inning, they went down 1-2-3. 3 consecutive groundouts in the first inning. And there's a pitch from Koenig, strike 1.
Well, he dotted the I on the outside part of the plate for that fastball. Good job by Koenig. Koenig comes in with an ERA of 1.96.
Yeah, just 1 and 3 on the year. Really a tidy ERA. But that goes back to the point you made, Joe, that they've struggled to swing the bats this year. It looks like they've had pretty good pitching.
Hey, this team beat Maple Grove 4-3 just a couple of weeks ago, but they have lost 4 games by 1 run. And they've said, hey, Koenig has given us some great games, good innings, but we just haven't been able to close.
1-2 pitch on the way. Pitcher to pitcher here, and that one's up high. 2-2 now the count. Rocco, then Oberstar due up. Backridges, leadoff hitter here for the Rebels in the second inning. A 2-2 pitch, swing and a minute, strikeout number 1.
That was a filthy looking breaking pitch. Just a 12-6 that came down right at the back foot that time of Rocco. Nice pitch, first strikeout of the game. His 38th strikeout of the season for Koenig.
Junior Ryan Oberstar digs in with 1 away and nobody aboard and offers strike 1. Didn't come up with it.
Saw a name on that Champlin Park roster, which was a blast from the past, of a Lovin. I was thinking of Max Lovin, who had played in a couple of those games in which they were in the semifinals of the state tournament, if not the finals. Fly
ball to right. Can of corn for Zach Brown as he moved to his right. 2 away, nobody aboard, and the batter will be Christian Backridges, the left fielder for the Rebels.
I am assuming that is Max Lovin's younger brother. I'll get some clarification in between innings, but good to see that name, Jack Lovin, a sophomore or a junior.
And there's rumors, folks, of a Joe Knows later in the telecast. Here's one down toward third. It'll be foul coming over. Zach Anderson knocked it down, but it was foul. Strike 1. That is the rumor. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, to be determined.
Now, you told me earlier in the day you had something.
Oh, I do.
All right.
Good.
I do. Excellent.
I just may not pull the trigger this game. I may just bait and hold on to it as a tease for the next game.
You can't do that to them. 1-1 now the count. And once again, the flag is fluttering, which tells me the wind has died down just a little bit. Koenig's pitch way up high. 2-1 now the count. 2 away, nobody aboard.
It's gone from a very forced wind to a flutter.
I was thinking about digging the coat out of the car, and I didn't do that. Swing and a miss. Now 2-2 to back for G's.
Nice job of mixing it up here by Keening. Oh, nice pitch. Dropped that down, kind of had him frozen with that breaking pitch. Temperature 68 degrees, humidity. I was just saying, I wish we had more humidity, like we need more cowbell. 28%, and then the wind at 10 miles per hour from the east on an overcast evening here at Champlin Park High School, and the walk is awarded, the first of the game for Koenig and for the Rebels.
Back for G's, Rebels first base runner, and with 2 away, that's going to bring up Zach Zahalka, who's the catcher tonight for Champlin Park. He is a junior. And the first pitch gets the outside edge. 0-1.
He's been calling that inside part of the plate fastball. It's the first time he's used that outside part, and to his benefit, Keening.
Yeah, fired one over there. And diving back in, back with G's. There's a swing and a miss. Now 1-1.
Good breaking pitch there. That one kind of dangled and teased on the outside part of the plate.
You can see the runner getting the lead there. This one hit high in the air to center field. Wayne going back, has it measured, and retires his side. We have played 2. Wayzata still leads it 1-0. The third inning coming up here on QCTV.
Andover, Minnesota. 34.84 square miles and 33,000 strong. Home of the Huskies. Residing in the state where hockey is king, with a new battle for the crown each winter. 16 teams, 14 games, one ultimate dream. But in the end, only 2 teams reigned victorious in the state of hockey.
Out in the corner. Andover has won the state title.
Which makes Andover the city of champions.
Takes the lead pass. They come in across into shot. Rebounds. Your champion. And there's a great look at Rebels Field. And I don't know if they've hung an official name on this facility. I'm going with Rebels Field until told otherwise, but it is a beauty. I was really excited when I saw construction begin, and it is a gem. And as you talked about before the game, Joe, the field's in great shape.
It is. I'll tell you, nothing like a grandstand that kind of puts an exclamation point on the venue for a nice stadium like this. It was kind of missing, and this really is a great value add. And I'll tell you, all the fans who came over from Wayzata to watch were impressed with it as well.
9-1-2. Win. Jake Birkland, Drew Birkland. Swing and a miss. Andrew Rocco beginning his third inning of work. Starting pitcher, 2 strikeouts. Giving up a run on 2 hits so far. Hard throwing left-hander for Champlin Park. Get strike 1 there. And there's another swing and a miss.
Meanwhile, Wynn has not had a lot of at-bats this season. He's 2 for 11, 1 RBI, 1 walk, and a couple of strikeouts. An average of 182.
Left fielder tonight. He gets that one back to the screen.
I like that pitch, late move, and he had to just get his barrel of the bat out to protect and live to see another pitch. Did win.
1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. That's number 3 in the game for Rocco. And with one away and nobody aboard, it'll bring up leadoff hitter Jake Birkeland, who popped out to third in the first. He's 0 for 1.
Yeah, they get to flip the lineup, and now they start to get a second look at the starting pitcher, Rocco. And we'll see if they change up a pace or their approach.
There's one fouled out of play. Got a piece of it. Then Drew Birkeland, who had that booming double to the fence in left center field. And that was into the teeth of the wind. And there's one hit in the air down the right field line. It's slicing foul. Bover's over to take a look. Couldn't get to it.
So he jumps ahead in the count, does Rocco. Chance with a couple of different things. He's been riding, coming in with a fastball. This time he made him reach for that last pitch. Let's see if he comes back inside on the hands on maybe a breaking pitch or a fastball.
Bover shading toward the line out there. Almost got to it. There's one high and away. 1-2.
Didn't miss by much. Stayed outside. Birkeland on the season, as I mentioned, hitting .267, and meanwhile an on-base percentage of .333.
The 1-2 hit in the air over first. It'll drop in front of Bovers. Well, he just found a spot down the right field line and dropped it in for a hit. Third of the game for the Trojans.
That's the old technique. Keep your hands behind your hips and making sure that you can punch it and not get out in front of a pitch like that outside part of the plate and off speed. So first hit here for Birkeland and just the third hit of the game for Wayzata.
And Drew Birkeland had that double scored on the RBI single by Brady Lash with one out in the first.
He scorched that shot. The left field hit the base of the fence.
It had a really good chance. Here's another one hit hard to center field. Harris going back, makes the catch over the shoulder near the warning track. He'll relay it in, and scampering back to first is Jake Birkeland. So Drew Birkeland hit it hard. Harris runs it down.
Harris looked like he was a wide receiver in the NFL as he took that one almost right in the shirt pocket. He saw it well, tracked that ball well on a windy night, but two scalded balls that time by Birkeland. The second time is a fly out to center.
Brady Lash takes in, runner at first. He had that RBI single in the first. Now has an opportunity again here with two away in the third. Wayzata leads it 1-0.
Lash, as I mentioned, the leading hitter on the squad, 320. Also leads the team in RBIs now with 9 on the season. Number 3 hitter has had close to over 60 at-bats and has struck out just 5 times this season.
1-on-1 that count. They're going to throw over to first. Getting back in easily is Jake Birkeland.
I couldn't tell if he was trying to draw that throw because as a lefty, you can see it and you can see him nudging and you can tell that he was trying to maybe bait a throw back or what.
Now he's going to go. There's a swing and a miss. Throw down. It's a good one, but he gets in under it. Well, the shortstop, Thurldson, got there, but a good slide by Birkeland. He swipes second, and with 2 away and a runner at second, we still have Brady Lash at the plate and a chance for another RBI.
Well, he had a good pitch to go on, too, because it was a slow breaking pitch. Catcher had to wait patiently to get it to that plate, and then the shortstop, Thurldson, had it just in front of the bag, unable to get the tag.
It's 1-2. Pitch towards second. Grabbed there by Brooks. Throw to first down low, but it's dug out of the dirt by Prosh. And the side is retired. So Wayzata gets a hit, leaves one, and after 2.5, they lead at 1-0. Steve Thompson, Joe Rulin, our great QCTV crew.
Yeah, it was a nice play at second base. It wasn't an easy play. It was a hard hit ball. And I said earlier, you can always tell a good infielder by if he can make that play around his ankles. And Brooks had to work those, get the feet over there. And also, you had a speedy runner from the left side of part of the plate hustling down. Made a good play, soft hands at second, and a good throw. And you hate to keep a rally alive with 2 outs, especially with Wayzata here. So nice play. Hey, we get a call out over to our right. Connor Schrupp is doing the public address tonight. One of the players here for the Rebels and doing a great job.
Yeah, no doubt. Very good job. Elson Koenig taking his warm-up toss, is getting ready for his third inning of work, giving up one base runner. That was a walk with 2 outs in the second. He'll face 8, 9, and 1 in that Rebels order. Joe Thoroldson playing at shortstop. Toby Bovers in right. And then to the top of the order in Jack Harris playing in center field. And Harris made a fine catch on that drive to center field off the bat of Drew Berkland. That was not easy, and he made it look easy.
That he did. Absolutely did. Drew Berkland on his way to the University of Minnesota and play baseball there next year. And he did. He's put some good swings on a couple of good pitches by Rocco already tonight.
So Koenig pitching to Prabula. Anderson at third, Jake Berkland at short, Drew Berkland at second, Brady Lash over at first. And the number 8 hitter, Joe Thoroldson, the shortstop for Champlin Park, is going to dig in, wide open stance. This one hit high and foul, out of play.
It'll be, as you mentioned, 8 and 9 for the Rebels, and they flip that lineup, go back to Harris as the leadoff hitter. Up high, took a swing.
1-2.
Hands
Another one
below the
fouled
ball.
out of play.
You got it.
Looks like Noah Karshnick is now pitching. Karshnick, the right-hander. And there's a curveball down low, 1-2. So Karshnick has come in for Koenig, who goes 2. Karshnick wearing number 7. I thought he looked a little big for Koenig.
Good.
It is Karshnick. And Karshnick on the 1-2 into center field. It hangs up for Wayne, the center fielder. Alex Wayne makes grab one away.
Carlson, a nice hit ball to center field. And hauled in there for that first out. Meanwhile, yeah, it was a good catch in terms on that pitching change. So Karchnik has thrown 3 innings this season for Wayzata and has an ERA of 2.33. 3 walks he surrendered and 4 Ks. So just getting his 4th inning of work here this season for Wayzata.
Here's Toby Bovers playing in right field. Looks at ball 1, 1-0 the count to Bovers against Karshnick. This one right back up the middle over second base into center field. First hit of the ball game for the Rebels. Bovers with 1 out in the 3rd.
I'll tell you, that can bring some momentum juice when your number 9 hitter gets that knock up the middle and you get to flip the lineup.
That'll bring up Harris, grounded out to second in the 1st. He's 0 for 1. Rebels with 3 consecutive groundouts off Koenig in inning number 1. And now this one chopped over the mound towards second. Throw to first.
Just in time.
Yeah, just got him 4-3. And now Bovers on the run. Wayzata falls asleep, and he takes third. Nobody's there. Wow. So Harris grounds out 4-3, but then Bovers, good base running, recognized, hey, I got second, and there's nobody at third.
Yeah, Anderson deserted the post, shall we say. Left base camp.
Now an opportunity for Brooks, who grounded out to third with 2 away, and there's one high and away. So Bovers.
You can see it right here on this replay. Yeah. No one at third at all. I was trying to see even that play to first by the second baseman. That was tight.
There's one back to the screen now. 1-1 the count. 2 away. Runner at third. That's Bovers and Brooks. And that is just one of those errors that are mental mistakes that Bob DeWitt's going to drive him crazy, because it isn't going to show up as an error in the box score, but it is a miscue. There is one fouled out of play. 1-2 now by Brooks.
Yeah, your second baseman made a nice play.
Very nice.
But now you got a guy at third, the number 2 stick up in the lineup here for the Rebels.
Yeah, Drew Berkland, a really good play, charging that ball, throwing on the run. No chance for a double play. There's a curveball strike. 2-2. There's no way they were going to double up Bovers because he was on the move. And Berkland had to charge and was on the infield grass. Tough throw, got the runner by a step, but then Bover is able to advance to third. 2-2 pitch, hit in the air in the gap to right field, and hanging up enough for Zach Brown for the third out. So Karshnik battles out of a jam. Rebels get a hit. They leave one. We have played 3, and Wayzata still leads at Champlin Park 1-0 here on QCTV, and you can see that running grab. It just hung up a bit, Joe.
It did, and the wind was blowing that way as well. So nice play.
All right, we'll be back for the 4th in a moment here on QCTV.
Precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
It is Rebels Field. Steve Thompson, Joe Rulin, our QCTV crew on this Tuesday night. Visiting Wayzata, leading at 1-0. We go to the top of the 4th. 4, 5, and 6. Zach Anderson, Zach Brown, and Jonathan Prabula against Andrew Rocco. The junior lefty for the Rebels.
It sounds like we're going to a country western concert with those Zachs in the lineup.
Prosh off the bag, feeds the pitcher. Rocco covering, 3-1 on the putout. Nice play.
Hey, that was a real nice play because first had to come off. Prosh did that. But sometimes, I'll be honest, you see pitchers falling asleep and they become the spectator and not the player, and he hustles over. Prosh makes that nice underhanded toss, and Rocco the putout.
Anderson now 0 for 2. That'll bring up Zach Brown, the right fielder. Brown struck out to end inning number 1, and he follows that one back to the screen.
Brown, average of .237 this season and an on-base percentage of .326 and 10 strikeouts.
The 0-1 to Brown from Rocco. Hit toward third. Knocked down by Trombley across the diamond. Dug out of the dirt by Prosh. 5-3 to put out quickly, 2 away.
Hashtag FTL. Flash into leather at first was Prosh with that nice dig. Inside breaking pitch that time by Rocco, and it was a 3-hopper to third. And again, Prosh with a nice dig at first.
And now that'll bring up Jonathan Prabula, the catcher. A fly ball to right field. Good catch by Bovers on the run.
Wayzata not looking for that perfect pitch. Well, either that or they got a plane to catch, but they're swinging first or second pitches almost the whole night. And it's great. Good pitching by Rocco. Mixing it up. A little 12-6 action there. And a good active fastball.
Here's a 1-1, another swing and a miss. 1-2, 2 away, nobody aboard Wayzata in the 4th. A run came in the 1st on a booming double by Drew Berkland and an RBI single by Brady Lash. That's been it so far in the game. And there's a ball, 2-2.
Yep, tried to get him to chase one up high. He's Prabula looks like he's had some problems trying to get the bat around on those inside pitches.
Just outside now, 3-2.
Can I tell you, it's so fun to watch a game at this level versus that field level, because you can really see the movement on the ball, the placement. And I enjoy watching footwork of those pitchers as well.
Full count pitch, struck him out.
Pulled the string.
4th of the game, side retire Wayzata. goes down 1-2-3 for the second time in the game. And we have played 3.5. Wayzata clinging to a 1-0 lead.
And I'll tell you, it's some good defensive play by the Rebels. It could have started a high octane inning here for Wayzata, but it was that first hitter that came up, Zach Anderson. Prosh made the nice play and hustling over as the pitcher that time, Rocco, to cover first and make that put out. So those little things matter. And Steve, we had talked about it during that last inning break that Wayzata probably going to use a variety of pitchers tonight, since Friday they start their section play. And we see a couple of more pitchers warming up for Wayzata down in their bullpen.
Yeah, Karshnick will start his second inning of work. Koenig worked the first two. And down there playing catch. Right now it's just... I don't know if we got pitchers warming up or we just have guys down there playing catch and talking about finals.
The Rebels will bring to the plate the number 3, 4, and 5 hitters here this inning and see if they can rough up the pitcher here for Wayzata here in this inning. The last time the Rebels have put up a win, that was a 10-3 win on May 12th versus Coon Rapids. And the day before that, it was a 2-1 win versus Anoka. So looking to get back on those winning ways so they can take that momentum into the playoffs.
Tyler Trombley leading it off for the Rebels, grounded out to short to end inning number 1. Then it's Rocco and Oberstar, the first pitch here, hit high in the air down the right field line, giving chase, making a diving stab was Zach Brown, couldn't get to it. Just a long strike. Good effort, though, as he goes into that Wayzata bullpen.
Trombley, a 6-3, put out a ground out in his first at bat. Outside part of the plate. You see sometimes guys with an outside pitch just trying to get that bat head through, and it turns into a shoulder type of swing. And that usually leads to a ground out if you're a right-handed hitter to either third or short.
John Scoro, the right-hander, warming up for Wayzata down in the pen. Karshnick's pitch. And that is a strike, 1-1 now. The count, or I should say a ball. Ball 1, strike 1. Of course, the long foul ball was strike 1, and there's a ball to Trombley, the leadoff hitter for the Rebels here. The leadoff man in the 4th. This one slapped down the right field line, just foul. Maybe about 4 feet foul. Went the other way, and now it's 1-2.
Had that thing up about letter high, got a good swing on it, and just missed it down that right field line. You're curious to see if the right fielder is going to continue to play, but the wind now looks like it's almost shifting in a little bit more from right.
And here's the pitch. Karshnick misses wide. 2-2 now the count.
That's what you call trying to guide a pitch. If you looked at it again, you could see that elbow low. You always want that elbow as high as that shoulder, and his elbow just dragged through, and it was almost like he was throwing a dart, trying to just guide it.
Oh, the 2-2 here to the leadoff man for the Rebels. That's upstairs. 3-2 now the count. The Rebels had a walk with 2 outs in the second. That was Bagrages. And then Bovers, the 1-out single. He made it all the way to the third before he was stranded. So the Rebels, 1 hit in the game, 2 base runners. Chopped up all over the middle. Karshnick knocks it down, no play, and that'll be an infield hit for Trombley. Second of the game for the Rebels.
Stuck with it, put it right up the middle. A hard one-hop, unable to be fielded by the pitcher, deflected. So for the second consecutive inning, the Rebels have their leadoff hitter on.
Anderson charging from third, no chance, held on to it. Rocco was struck out to lead off inning number 2. He's 0 for 1. Leadoff man aboard. It's Trombley down at first. The pitch smashed to right. That's down for a hit toward the corner. Lead runner Trombley around second. He'll head for third. The Rebels have runners at the corners with nobody out in the 4th.
Well, he put that into his wheelhouse. A nice laser single to right field by Rocco. And you could just see him get his hands through and hit the top half of that ball and just scalding it on the top. Great spin. Cummings will take the spot and run at first for Rocco. As you mentioned, Steve, Trombley advances to third. Runners at first and third, and no one out here for the Rebels.
Oberstar, fly ball to right. Route number 2 in the second. This chopper off the plate towards short. Runner charging from third will score. So Oberstar grounds out 6-3. Trombley scores from third. Runner moves up. And now with the runner at second and one away, we have a tie ball game.
Well, I'll tell you what, so far with Karshnik in, the Rebels are going after that first pitch. They'd like what he's offering on that first pitch.
Backman G's, the left fielder, digs in, runner at second, one away. This one right back up through the box, stabbed by the pitcher. Throw to second in time, double play. Well, in almost self-defense, Karshnik stabs it, relay to second, doubles off. The pinch runner there for the Rebels, Cummings, and just like that, the side retired. So some hard hit balls. Rebels managed a run on 2 hits. They don't leave anybody, and we have played 4 and we're tied. Wayzata and Champlin Park here on QCTV.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
What is dementia? Is it the same as Alzheimer's? If someone has memory loss, does that mean they have dementia? Millions of Americans ask these questions every day. Hello, I'm Kevin Jameson, volunteer and president of the Dementia Society of America. Please request our free guide filled with facts about dementia and ways you can keep your brain as healthy as possible. Go to 1-800-DEMENTIA.org or call 1-800-DEMENTIA. You want to live your life to the fullest, and we can help.
We go to the 5th. Wayzata and Champlin Park tied at 1. Tight pitchers duel. Steve Thompson, Joe Rulin, our QCTV crew on a cloudy, cool evening, but once again the rain will hold off. Good night for a ball game.
That it is. I didn't keep pitch count, but Rocco has been minimal. But here's a look at the Northwest Suburban Conference and how it looks to date. And Maple Grove leading at 15-3. Meanwhile, Rogers at 15-4. Nice pitch swung on and missed there by O'Brien. And then meanwhile, Andover has put together a nice win streak of 12 straight wins, and now they're at 14-4. Followed by Blaine at 12-6. There you get a look at Anoka, a hot start. They've kind of simmered a bit. Centennial, Osseo, Elk River 10-8. Champlin Park at 6-12. Followed by Totino, Armstrong, Coon Rapids, and Spring Lake Park. Thanks, guys, in the trunk for that graphic on Northwest Suburban Conference, because there's just it's about wrapped, because I know Andover will be playing. They're playing St. Thomas Academy today or tomorrow, but I believe all their conference games are done.
2-2 now on Joey O'Brien, the DH for Wayzata, leading off here in the 5th. 1-1 ball game. That's inside. Now 3-2. Rocco's pitch almost hit him. Andrew Rocco's done a good job. Gave up the run. A 1-out double followed by an RBI single in the first. Giving up one other hit. That came with 1 out in the third. He struck out 4. There's a strikeout. Number 5.
Nice pitch, good location. After coming inside and not letting that hitter settle in that box, he had to do some tap dancing to get away from that previous pitch. And threw a nice closer that time to get his, as you mentioned, his 5th strikeout of the game.
And now we've got, it appears to be a pinch hitter. Wayne, the center fielder, was due up. And it looks like we got pinch hitter digging in. Zach Boatwell up the middle. Stab there. Long throw, not in time. Boatwell, the pinch hitter, gets a hit with 1 out here in the 5th.
Yeah, Boatwell came in. Zach Boatwell hitting just .071 this season. 2 hits, 28 at bats. And so gets his 3rd hit of the season that time. It was a well-placed ball where the Brooks, the second baseman, had to go deep to his backhand.
Throw down behind the runner. Boatwell just gets back in. Good snap throw by Zahalka, the Champlin Park catcher. 1-0 the count. We have 1 out. Runner on first. Another throw over there, and the runner dives back in. So Boatwell getting his uniform dirty early. By the way, Wynn, the batter, he struck out to lead off inning number 3. He's 0 for 1. Wynn playing in left tonight for Wayzata.
Well, they're keeping him close. They noticed that speed he had running down the base path to first to get his hit tonight here thus far, that infield hit.
Curveball catches his zone. 1-1 now. Here in the top of the 5th, Champlin Park got that run back an inning ago, and Wynn puts a charge into the gap in left center field, and it drops for a hit off the glove of Backman's. Runner around third, headed for the plate, relay wide, and Wayzata takes a 2-1 lead on a booming double off the bat of Wynn.
That was an unpredictable swing of the bat there for Wynn, who came in hitting just 182 this year, and he drove that thing. And then they had a chance to get the runner, Boatwell, but the throw was up the line by the shortstop.
And a good effort by Backman's, just couldn't get to it, and it falls. That'll be an RBI double. And now a offered bunt by Birkeland. He pulls back.
Yeah, now you flip the lineup, and you get a chance to get your top dogs going, the Birkeland brothers.
Here's one towards short. Thoraldson grabs, throw across the diamond, got him.
I think he was safe, but goodness. We'll see that again on our replay. They won't on the field.
I always go by the umpire, but I agree. Very close play. We might get a look at it. But Jake Birkeland retired 6-3. Good throw by Thoraldson. Bang, bang play.
It was. I thought he was over and past that bag by a half a step. But
Wynn moves to third, by the way, Joe.
Yeah.
And with 2 away.
Wynn had a gutsy move there because, you know, hey, as a shortstop, you want to focus. Here's the replay there, and he's safe. At the least, it's a tie. But it, see that?
Wow.
But hey, it was that close for us on replay. Yep, bang, bang, as you said. So, well, this brings up the University of Minnesota. Go for next year at bat.
This one hit in the air and out of play down the right field line. 0-2 now the count. So Wayzata, a run on 2 hits so far in the inning, 2 outs. The runner at third is Wynn. He had that RBI double just a moment ago to give the Trojans the 2-1 lead. And now it's Drew Birkeland. He had that big double to the wall in left field, and they ring him up, and Drew Birkeland can't believe it. And that ends the inning. So Rocco comes back, gets Birkeland.
I got to look at this again.
He ducks out of the way. Rocco gets the call, and the side is retired. But Wayzata gets a run on 2 hits. They leave 1. We played 4.5. So some controversy drove.
Yeah, I put down the backwards K on that one, as that ball did look like it was in. As you can take another look here. Boy, that is like at least 6-7 inches off that plate inside. I mean, that's beyond the chalk of the interesting. But six strikeout of the game here for Rocco, and he holds them to just that one run. So it's a tight game, 2-1.
Yeah, more importantly, hasn't walked anybody, a big factor in the game. And Wayzata leads it 2-1, and we'll get another look here at Karshnik. Karshnik will begin his third inning of work against the Rebels, but in that inning, bang play at first, and then you get Drew Berkland rung up. So the Rebels getting some calls here at home.
Yeah, I mean, and Berkland has 72 at bats on the season. That's just his 5th strikeout of the season. That's for Drew Berkland. I'm a little surprised that they're going back out here with Karshnik on the mound, only because he's throwing that first pitch right down the middle. They're pouncing on it as the Rebels the last couple of innings, and they've been fortunate to stay and keep this ball game last inning just tied at 1-1. There again, they're jumping on his first pitch, and he's keeping that pitch just in a nice radius where you can put a good swing on it. And the players are sitting back and teeing off on it.
The Halka close stance. The Rebels catcher in an 0-1 hole. Make that 0-2. Oh no, they ball one.
Karshnik coming into this game again had just 3 innings pitched. He now has 2 additional innings here for 5 on the season, and an ERA again of 2.33.
That one's a strike, 1 and 2. With the leadoff man, and in this inning, and the number 7 hitter for Champlin Park. Theraldson, the shortstop. Bovers, the right fielder, due up in this inning. This one towards short. Jake Berkland stabs it, throws him out.
I love the glove work. I love watching fielders do their craft, and that is just staying low on that ball, reading those, and again, that was right around the ankles, making a nice play, and that's going to be it.
Yeah, we're going to get a pitching change here with 1 out in the 5th inning. And Wayzata leading it 2-1. And
they may not make a pitching change, as they maybe make an adjustment of some sort. So for Champlin Park, I have them coming up right with the number 8 and 9 hitters, correct?
Yep. Theraldson and Bovers due up. Nobody on, 1 out here in the 5th inning. John Scoro was the last Trojan warming up in the bullpen down the right field line. We thought maybe they'd make the call here, but Theraldson's going to bat. He lined out to center field in the 3rd. He was the leadoff man. He's 0 for 1. And that one fouled out of play to the right. You're right.
Boy.
Jumping on pitch number 1.
He's leaving some nice cheese up there on that first pitch, and I can't blame the Rebels for wanting to put that bat on the ball. I mean, he's putting it letter high. I thought that's what they would make a change on.
Another one fouled back up into the rafters, rattles around.
So up in this count is the Wayzata pitcher, 0-2.
Karshnik 0-2, swing and a miss. Theraldson strikes out, and that is the 2nd strikeout tonight for Wayzata pitching. Koenig had 1 in the 2nd. Now Karshnik gets 1. 2 away, nobody aboard, bottom of the 5th. Toby Bovers, the right fielder, digs in.
I was just going to say, just before that, you know, he hasn't struck out any of the Rebels hitters, and the hitters don't look concerned with 2 strikes on because they just want to tee off. And unfortunately, it's Theraldson who gets that first strikeout. There's a
good curveball.
Backdoor breaking pitch.
That is a good curveball. And it's 0-1. So Karshnik settling down here in the 5th. That one right back to him under his glove. Over to Drew Berkland, grabs it in time, throws to first. Brady Lash goes down low. And the Rebels go 3 up, 3 down for the 2nd time of the game. They went 1-2-3 in the 1st, now 1-2-3 in the 5th. We have played 5 complete. Wayzata leading on the road at Champlin Park 2-1 here on QCTV.
Jason, let's go see your room.
How was it? Is it good?
Here we are at Rebels Field. Steve Thompson, Joe Rulin. Wayzata visiting Champlin Park tonight. Trojans lead it 2-1. And they'll have Lash, Anderson, and Brown 3, 4, and 5 here in the 6th as they try and add to their lead. 2 runs, 5 hits. And Rocco still the pitcher. This one high in the air in the infield. Who's got it? The shortstop. Thoraldson does one away.
Hey, Rocco's throwing a great game. I'm telling you, he's mixing it up enough. That pitch alone, a little bit of, a little bit more off speed, and then Lash couldn't wait, got his hands underneath it on that swing and popped it up. Good mix up, and I love what I'm seeing from Rocco.
There's one fouled out of play toward 109th. Anderson, the batter, he's 0 for 2. Flied out to center in the first, grounded out to first, and that was first base to pitcher, 3-1 on the put out there. There's one hit toward short, liner caught by Thoraldson. 2 away. And he has a chance to tie a record. 3 consecutive putouts in an inning by one position player. High fly ball and then a liner off the bat of Zach Anderson, and now it'll bring up Zach Brown. He's 0 for 2, struck out in the first. Jeez. There's one hit in the air, right field. Bovers toward the line, makes the catch. Boy, that was a quick inning.
I'm telling you, they're pouncing on those pitches. It's fine. I love it when I'm seeing because, here's the thing. Rocco is not surrendering an easy pitch for them to get after. He's mixing it up enough and moving it up high and down low. They're putting swings to the bat, and I'll tell you, that's a Wisconsin inning, our first one. You get in, you get out, right? And,
and
3 up, 3 down.
Handful of pitches there, 3 up, 3 down. And what's been impressive about Rocco in his start tonight for Wayzata, or for Champlin Park against Wayzata, 6 strikeouts, no walks in the game, and that is a big deal.
Oh, absolutely.
And we're going to see Karshnick out there again to begin his 4th inning of work in relief of Nelson Koenig. Koenig got the start, went 2, and now he'll be out here in the bottom of the 6th and take on the top of the Rebels order. Harris, Brooks, and Trombley due to bat for Champlin Park. They try and get a W under the lights here tonight. Haven't noted any defensive changes. I'm going to scan the outfield real quick. Wayne came out of the lineup. We do have a new center fielder out there. Brown has moved to center field. Let's see if we can get a beat on the right fielder. Looks like Wynn's moved over to right. And we'll try and get a number on the left fielder here momentarily.
Yeah.
But leadoff batter is Harris. He's 0 for 2. A couple of groundouts to second. And they start him with strike 1. Karshnick's pitch. That curveball missing down low. Didn't miss by much. Count 1-1. Rebels running out of time. Down 2-1 in the ball game. Their run coming in inning number 4. Now 2-1. That missed upstairs. And of course, for Champlin Park, Trombley leadoff single. Rocco a hit, and then Oberstar grounded out for an RBI. That one hit foul over toward the Wayzata dugout. 1-2 now, or 2-2 now the count. Oberstar, that ground out RBI, 6-3.
Harris looks pretty comfortable in that box, even with 2-ball, 2-strike out. I think he's waiting for a breaking pitch.
So Harris, leadoff man, just missing 3-2. Trojan fans wanted that one. They don't get it. And now a full count to the leadoff batter for Champlin Park. Brooks waiting, and then Trombley beyond that. The pitch. Missed it. Another walk. Second of the game for the Rebels. And more importantly, a leadoff walk here in the 6th.
Well, you know, I think some of that comes also from Harris, as he was very poised at that at-bat. With 2 strikes, he wanted that breaking pitch around the plate, and he knew if he threw that fastball, he could probably slap it to the outfield someplace if it was around the plate. But he did not chase.
Karshnik's pitch, it's squaring to bunt, was Brooks. Looks at ball 1. Brooks 0 for 2. Ground out to third in the first. Fly to right in the third.
Yeah, if you remember, that was a heck of a catch in right field when that wind was blowing.
Yeah, by Brown.
He slapped that thing. It was a good drive.
Here's a bunt toward third. It's a good one. Anderson charges, throws him out, but it moves the runner to second, and that is the tying run. So a sacrifice bunt by Brooks.
And hey, you could see Harris was looking to see if third was covered, because on that particular bunt and sacrifice, Anderson came in, made the play from 3, and for a moment there, third was not covered once again, so the shortstop had to hustle over to make sure Harris did not advance and get a bonus base on a sacrifice.
So Boatwell in left, Brown has moved to center, and Wynn is in right. Just to set that Trojan outfield for you. 1-0 the count now to Trombley. And this one hit high and foul out of play down the right field line. Trombley singled and scored in the 4th, as we mentioned, grounded out in the 1st to end the inning. 6-3 the put out, if you're wondering. Wayzata leading it 2-1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Champlin Park would love to at least tie it up here. Noah Karshnik, the pitcher. 1-1 the count. One away. This one off the hands toward first. Grabbed there by Elias. She'll step on the bag, but the runner moves to third. So now a wild one could tie the ball game.
Number 22, Andrew Rocco.
Well, Rocco last time up took some pleasure with an off speed, a nice breaking pitch, and he barreled that ball into right field. The base hit.
And they're going to put him on. They're going to put him on. So he's been on twice, a single in the 4th, strikeout in the 2nd, and now that's going to bring up Oberstar, who had that ground out RBI in the 4th, fly to right in the 2nd. And we'll get the courtesy runner down at first base again. That's Cummings. He'll come into the game, and now we'll have a conference out there. They're saying, should we stop at Arby's or should we pick up pizza? No, I'm sure it's more serious than that.
Well, it's the old 1st and 3rd. Your catcher will give some signals. They want to make sure those are set. The last thing you want to do is have runners at 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs and get a nice 2-out single here by the Rebels.
Ryan Oberstar in a big spot. Runners at the corners. 2 out. Bottom of the 6th. Rebels down 2-1. First pitch. Strike 1 at the letters. Big pitch there for Noah Karshnik. And once again, anything in the dirt gets to the backstop. We're tied. The 0-1 on the way. Check of the runners. The pitch way outside. Rabula stabs that one and keeps it a 1-run game. That saved a run.
You can see that front shoulder as he tries to guide it. That front shoulder flings open, and his left foot comes forward first. He's way off the mark on that technique.
1-1. This one hit in the air to left center field coming on. Brown makes a catch on the run. It hung up just enough And Brown, who moved from right to center, makes the grab, and the side is retired. So the Rebels get 2 on via 2 walks, but they strand 2. We have played 6. Wayzata leads it 2-1 here on QCTV.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way. My kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Rebels Field here on a Tuesday night. Steve Thompson, Joe Rulin, our QCTV crew. Wayzata leading at 2-1, looking for more here in the top of the 7th. Rebula, O'Brien, and Wayne, 6, 7, and 8 in their lineup. Actually, it'll be Boatwell, who pinched hit for Wayne earlier in the game.
And he has right now the go-ahead run, as he got the infield single his last time up.
Yeah, in the 5th. So the catcher, Perbula, 0-2. And now the count 2-1 to him. As we get started here in the 7th inning, Wayzata's run coming in the 1st. Birkeland the double, Lash the RBI single. There's one outside now, 3-1. And Andrew Rocco hasn't walked anybody in the game. He struck out 6. And here he is in danger of putting the leadoff man here in the 7th aboard. Left-hander's been really good tonight, but trails 2-1. He's given up 5 hits. That one hit high in the air and out of play, right over the top. And now it's 3-2, and he has a chance to battle back and get out number 1. He struck out the first 4 looking, struck out the last 2, or struck out the first 4 swinging, and the last 2 looking in the game. And that's a walk down low. He almost went, but a leadoff walk for the catcher, Bibula. I'm sure he'll get a pinch runner here. We'll see about that. Yeah, we got a pinch runner coming over.
Boy, worked that count. Rocco, I love the game he's throwing tonight.
Guard Swenson in to run. So Swenson the pinch runner. And now the batter is going to be O'Brien. O'Brien tried to lay it down. Runner's got to go back. Swenson will head back. O'Brien struck out twice in the game. Once swinging and once looking. Innings 2 and 5 to be exact. And looks at an 0-1 count. And then Boatwell, now the left fielder, is waiting on deck. The pitch, Rocco lays down a bunt. He's off the mound. He'll throw to first, get the out. The runner moves up to second. And that is Swenson. Oh, the 1-3 sacrifice puts a third run in, or at least a run in scoring position. That'll bring up Boatwell. And as Joe mentioned, had a hit and a run scored in the 5th. That is the winning run at the moment.
He hit a ground ball right up the middle last time. Let's see if he gives him that same pitch, but this time brought it in on the hands and That's what Rocco's done a great job. He's been busting pitches on that inside part of the plate in their hands, unable to extend, or when they do try to put a swing on it, it jams them up.
There's one inside and low, 1-1 now the count. Waiting on deck, Wynn. We had that RBI double in the 5th. That one smashed through the hole into left field. Solid hit. Runner had to wait, and that runner will hold up at third, and then the throw comes all the way through. It's in front of the Rebels dugout and finally grabbed by Rocco. Tough break there. That's going to end up being an error. I'm not sure on the left fielder, Backridges, or on the infielder who didn't flag that cutoff throw. But nevertheless, solid single by Boatwell, his second of the game. And now runners at second and third on the air. First error of the game. That'll bring up Wynn with runners at second and third and 1 out.
Well, it's been the bottom of the lineup that has done the damage here late in the game for Wayzata. In fact, Zach Boatwell came in with just 2 hits on the season, and he's matched that. Boatwell came in hitting just .071. He was 2 for 28, and tonight he's 2 for 2.
There's a curveball, and that's a strike. Caught the outside edge, 0-2, so Wynn in the hole. There's one away. Runners at second and third for Wayzata. They lead it 2-1 in the 7th. Rocco's pitch just got a piece of it to stay alive.
Wynn came into this game hitting 182, had not had an extra base hit at all season.
A single for the Wayzata Trojans.
3 RBIs on the night. Wynn had just 1 RBI this whole season. And tonight he's got a couple of knocks and 3 RBIs. The 8 and 9 hitters have been the difference. Whereas you usually have the top 2 hitters, the Berkland brothers, doing the destruction. Nice eye, good idea there by the leadoff hitter, Jake Berkland.
7th hit of the game is a 2 RBI single for Wynn. And now Wayzata leads at 4-1 in the top of the 7th inning. Quite an at-bat. And Champlin Park had the infield drawn in, so it goes over the head of Brooks into right field for a solid single. And now to the top of the order, and Jake Berkland with a runner in first and still 1 away. Upstairs, ball 1. Well, and Rocco's deserved better. He's pitched a good ball game tonight. His first walk really came back to haunt the leadoff batter, Pibula, here in the 7th. Here's one hit foul down the right field line, well out of play. 1-2 now the count. And then the sacrifice by O'Brien. And then Boutwell, the single, and then the error on the Rebels. This one hit high in the air on the infield, charging in. Trombley has it, and now there's 2 away. First he didn't see it, then he found it. And was able to get it closer to home than third base. So now Drew Berkland's going to come up. He struck out looking in the 5th. I got to wonder how many times Drew Berkland struck out looking this season.
Well, he's only struck out 5 times in 74.
Away, runner at first, 2 in for Wayzata.
But you're right, Steve. He scalded the ball the first couple at bats.
Wayzata looking for win number 8. There's a curveball. That was close.
But it's a shame because I'll tell you, Rocco has thrown one impressive game tonight for Champlin Park.
Pitch to Berkland, big cut straight back.
It's kind of the game you want to pitch before you begin playoffs in a short time. You wonder, who can I go to? And let's see what transpires here after this outing.
2-2 pitch, way up high. Throw behind the runner, not in time. Snap throw by Zahalka. And now 3-2, 2 away. Runner still at first. And that's Wynn, the hero tonight. 3 RBI in the game. RBI single coming in or RBI double in the 5th. And then the 2 RBI single. He struck him out. How about that? Drew Berkland strikes out again. Number 7 for Rocco. But Wayzata does damage. They get a couple of runs. And after 6.5, Joe, they lead it 4-1.
Well, here's your need to know by Joe for the night. Take pen and paper on this, on the need to know by Joe. On the stats for Drew Berkland, the last time he struck out twice in a game was over 2 years ago in his sophomore season. Berkland will be heading to the University of Minnesota to play for the Gophers, but 2 of his strikeouts have come tonight, his 5th and his 6th. Meanwhile, here's been the difference maker. It hasn't so much been the 1, 2, and 3 hitters. Lash leads the team, a continued need to know by Joe, by the way. Lash is the leading hitter with 320. Doing the damage was a .071 hitter for Wayzata, who's hitting number 8. And he has 2 for 2 tonight and has scored 2 runs. And Viet Win, hitting 182 on the season, has gone 2 for 2, including a double and a single and 3.
Theraldson, the shortstop, 6, 7, and 8 for the Rebels. They're down by 3. Strike 1.
Maybe that's karma. And see if 6, 7, 8, and 9 hitters can start it for the Rebels here in the bottom of the 7th.
Parker G's watched in the 2nd. Lined into a 1-6 double play in the 4th.
I tell you, it's been an unpredictable night because I'm quite certain coming into tonight, they didn't think Karchnik would be throwing 5 innings. He had thrown just 3 innings the whole season coming into this game.
That one fouled out of play. 1-2 now the count to the Rebels leadoff hitter here in the 7th.
That will help Wayzata come postseason play. A little bit time to rest some arms.
1-2. Just outside, 2-2. Rebels trying to get base runners.
I can't say enough about how the nice this press box is here at Champlin Park. It probably seems irrelevant at home, but you get such a great look at the pitch. And you're not way up or you're not off to the side. You're right and back, and you can see pitch movement, pitching technique, and just watch the infielders get a read on it.
3-2 pitch. Missed up. Oh, they ring him up at the letters. Delayed call. Backridge strikes out.
We call that the umpire opened the fridge, grabbed a beverage, and shut the door on that. That was dead red. Not the pitch he was looking for, and strikeout here again.
The catcher, 0 for 2. Fly ball to center in the 2nd, ground out to short in the 5th. 0 for 2.
I have just a 3rd strikeout tonight for the Rebel hitters.
Yeah.
They've been putting the ball in play.
Yeah, you're right. Koenig had 1. 2nd strikeout for Karchnik.
He's working to go 5 complete innings here. The season in which he just had 1 appearance for 3 innings earlier.
There's a big swing and a miss. 2-1 now the count. Wayzata trying to close out their 8th win of the year. Champlin Park trying to avoid their 13th loss of the season. That one fouled out of play. 2-2 now the count.
We'll see where things transpire here for Section 7. And then also in Section 5 as well for Champlin Park.
There's another one fouled out of play.
But again, they've got a big game left against Chanhassen. Chaska, last I had seen, was the number 10th ranked team in Class 4A. Chanhassen and Chaska had been battling back and forth for that 10th spot.
Karchnik's done a good job. In line for the win. Curveball towards short. Jake Berkland boots it. And the Rebels are alive with a runner on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th.
That may have to be a hit. He was down low on that ball. It just took a bounce off his shin. I don't know if the glove wasn't down, but hey, looking for life, and the Rebels have it. If they can get that flip to that top of the order here, as they bring up their number 8 hitter, see if they'll make any changes there.
Yeah, we'll get a pinch runner here. Looks like Jack Loven will come in and run. Loven down to first is the pinch runner. And the batter's the shortstop, Thoroldson. Strikeout. And popped out to center. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Runner at first, one away. That one hit in the air. Foul ground. 3 players give chase. No one can get there. Closest was probably Brady Lash from first base, but didn't get within 10 feet of it.
No, he didn't have the angle to come up with that ball. But again, first pitch, strike, first swing on it. And he's lifted into foul territory. Let's see what he'll do to mix this up. Anything you can do to try to get that leadoff hitter back up here for the Rebels. As this the number 8 hitter.
The 0-1. Hit in the air to center field. Brown has it measured, 2 away. That'll bring up Toby Bovers. Bovers had a hit, 2 trips, grounded out in the 5th. His hit coming in the 3rd. So Bovers will try and keep it alive with the Rebels down 4-1. Wayzata's runs coming in the 1st, the 5th, 2 in the 7th. 3 RBI for Wynn.
Your number 9 hitter.
Bovers looks at ball 1. Oh, and Karshnik has done a really nice job.
Hey, I got to give him, kudos. I really thought maybe they'd go a couple innings with him and bring in some other guys as well to try to save some arms, but he's gone 5 innings on the night.
Misses outside and high again, 2-0. Rebels down by 3. Trying to get to the top of the order and get that tying run to the plate.
Rebels have had some good swings on plenty of these pitches, but
there's a strike on the edge, 2-1.
Unable to place them in the right spots. Again, just 2 strikeouts in 5 innings for this Wayzata pitcher, and which tells you the Rebels have been putting it in play.
That one fouled out of play. Now 2-2 the count. Rebels down to their final strike.
So what's Vegas betting on this particular pitch? I'm thinking a backdoor slow breaking ball.
We'll see what they do.
And see if he can punch it to left.
2-2 the count. Outside and high.
Brought the heater, a little velo on the outside part of the plate.
3-2 now. The Bovers trying to keep it alive for the Rebels.
Hey, and a chance to get the leadoff hitter up here for the Rebels.
Breeze has picked up a little bit. That one fouled again.
He came in tight. Right in the hands again with a fastball. I know he'd probably like to get the number 9 hitter versus having him flip to the leadoff. First hitter here for the Rebels. Full count, 2 outs.
Here we go, 3-2. Misses inside. Bovers gets a walk, and the tying run will come to the plate. Leadoff hitter Jack Harris.
Number 24, Jack Harris.
Nice job of working this at bat by Bovers. Down early in the count, fouled a couple pitches off, kept things alive, kept seeing some pitches, and now you flip it over to Harris.
An error and a walk has put 2 runners on with 2 out. Error coming with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Karshnik delivers strike 1 to Harris. Harris grounded out to second in the 1st, did it again in the 3rd, and then reached on a walk in the 6th. 0 for 2 in the game. Here's the 0-1. Slapped in the air down the right field line. It'll fall for a hit and go to the fence. One run in for the Rebels. Another runner around third headed for the plate. Here's a throw. Not in time. 4-3 ball game. A 2 RBI double by Jack Harris. And the Rebels are alive.
Hey, they're getting their third look at this pitcher. And when you watch it on replay, he left his fastball right up around the letters. And Harris put it in the perfect spot in the right field line. Look at that. Letter high, bat head out. Oh, great location. Walks and errors are going to haunt, and here comes a hustle run in by Bovers, who, don't forget, he extended his at bat, the number 9 hitter, with 2 strikes, fouled back a couple of pitches, and got that walk. You always look for momentum and an opportunity here, and that's what you're getting with Bovers, and they are going to keep.
They're going to leave Karshnick in the game. He is going to stay in the ball game. Well, once again, the 1-out error by the shortstop, Jake Berkland, got a runner aboard. And then, as you mentioned, the Bovers walk. And then Harris with the RBI double to the fence right under the scoreboard. And now a chance here for Brooks. Strike one.
Good location on that first pitch fastball. Instead of leaving it out in the middle of the plate.
Brooks 0 for 2 with the sacrifice. Single here would tie the game at 4 here in the bottom of the 7th. Karshnick checks the runner in the pitch. Down low, 1-1.
Hey, don't forget, I mean, I don't mean to live in the past, but in that that third inning, Brooks drove one to that right center gap, and that wind was blowing and the ball sliced, and that enabled that right fielder to run it down. Otherwise, that would have been extra bases in the gap.
1-1. Outside stab by the catcher, Tribula. And that kept the runner off third base.
No one warming up in the Wayzata bullpen. They're rolling the dice with 2 outs. He will finish the game.
Rebels trying to rally and tie it. The pitch way up high, 3-1. Waiting on deck, Trombley, if we get that far. Trombley has a hit and a run scored. That came in the 4th. He'd love to get a chance. But here's Brooks waiting for the 3-1. The pitch. Now 3-2.
Well, you knew when he was facing Bovers, he did not want to get him on base and then have to face the leadoff hitter Harris, and he did his damage. Now a chance here.
Down low. A walk for Brooks. Second walk of the inning. And now runners at first and second. Then that'll bring up Tyler Trombley, the number 3 hitter in the order, playing at third base tonight. Grounded out in the 1st. Singled and scored in the 4th. And then a grounder to first in the 6th. So he has a chance. And Karshnick trying to work out of trouble here.
Watch this first pitch. Let's see if they watch this first pitch. Yep.
Low and away. Ball 1.
So earlier in the game, he was throwing it right down the middle. Now he's trying to be pinpoint accurate. And late in the game, retired. Now the game's getting close, and it makes that much more difficult to hit your spots.
Tyler Trombley on senior night hits it in the air to center field or to right field, and it's caught. It's caught by Wynn to end the game. Well, he hit it well, but in the direction of Wynn, and the guy who had 3 RBI in the game, including the game-winning hit, puts it away for the final out. Wayzata beats Champlin Park 4-3.
Wow, that was a great inning. I enjoyed the pace of the play. Hey, you can't forget Rocco threw a heck of a game for Champlin Park and the Rebels as well. But the 8 and 9 hitters did the